Hi, so on May 3rd, this last Tuesday at the City Council meeting, our City Attorney Tom Carr addressed the issue of the camping ban, stating that our camping ordinance in Boulder, Colorado, does not prohibit the use of shelter, or the use of a blanket. So I'd like you to hear what he has to say, and then I'm going to share with you what our actual law says.
I wanted to point out to Mr. O'Connor that our camping ordinance doesn't ban shelter, it doesn't ban blankets. It is a reasonable and moderate response to prohibit camping on.
Okay, so it's a reasonable response and evidently does not prohibit the use of shelter or a blanket. Well, here is Boulder Revised Code, section 5-6-10, camping or lodging on property without consent. It says no person shall camp within any park, parkway, recreation area, open space, or other city property, and then goes on in section D to define camping. For purposes of this section, camp means to reside or dwell temporarily in place with shelter and conduct activities of daily living. The term shelter includes, without limitation, any cover or protection from the elements other than clothing. Now, to try to square the difference between Tom Carr's statement that the law does not prohibit use of shelter or a blanket, I sent Tom Carr an email, and he never responded. But another friend sent in the same question to him, and this is what he wrote. Mr. Goldmill, thank you for your email and your warm wishes. The city's camping law is drafted to prevent the city's public spaces from turning into a free campground for anyone who wishes to stay there. To do that, you must define camping. Some laws prohibit sleeping or loitering. The city's law is narrowly drafted to limit its scope to the activity sought to be prevented, camping. It only applies on public property. It is a reasonable and narrowly crafted response to a particular issue. Tom Carr. So, what Mr. Carr did there, City Attorney Carr, by all accounts, an intelligent and effective attorney, did was ignore the question and ignore the fact that on public record he has stated that our camping ordinance does not prohibit use of shelter, and that on public record he stated that our camping ordinance does not prohibit use of a blanket. But in fact, as I just read to you straight from the city code, it does. So I'm taking this moment to call out Boulder City Attorney Tom Carr as a bald-faced liar. You can try and confuse the issue. You can try to sell a kinder, gentler version of the law to the public in a council meeting, but the fact remains that our police officers go by the code, city code, and will be arresting people tonight and just about every night, since we arrest on the order or cite on the order of 200 people a year for camping. So maybe City Attorney Carr wants to make good. Otherwise, we can all just continue understanding that Tom Carr is a bald faced liar.